I can say like the impact of new Java version that's coming in on the big data, because I don't have a good test case to testify for that. I've been focusing more on the language features that are coming and the modularity. In my talk, about 50% of my talk was about the modularity, which is really about how you structure code, not how you process incoming data. Yeah, it is an important step to. It's a bit of a difficult question. So one, modules and modularity were needed for Oracle itself, because JDK is getting bigger and bigger, and it is important to be able to compose workable but small subsets of JDK, both for small spaces, for IoT, for embedded devices where space is limited, and also for large spaces where you have servers and you want to make sure that there is the highest density possible of those Java instances running applications. So you don't want to have extra, so to speak, bloatware of packages and classes that are not used. So they needed a way to partition that. They also needed to go where they, meaning Oracle, needed a way to declare explicitly declare dependencies between those, so that there are no breaking changes, no sudden errors at the runtime. So that was the motivation, one of the motivations why I did this. But it can be equally applied to external applications, so non-Oracle ones, the ones that are developed out in the world. Because the bigger your application gets, the more complex are your dependencies. And the fact that OSGI has been out there since, I don't know, more than 10 years, it reflects the fact that there is actually a need for dependency tracking. And OSGI is somewhat complementary to Java modules, but the need is there, and this is the means and the vehicle to address the problem. Yes, I think in migration to Java 9 will be more difficult to Java 8, just based on the number of breaking changes. The changes will be coming from internal APIs not being available in some cases, from motion of classes and renaming of some Java methods from one place to another. Also will be coming from the way that external code can access the internal ones. The visibility model is changing, so there will be quite a few breaking changes, and I honestly think that the adoption rate of Java 9 will be slower. The pace of adoption will be slower than we've seen Java 8, because Java 8 has been very successful in its adoption. A lot of businesses switch Java 8 pretty quickly. With Java 9, we might see more of a pattern of Java 6 and 7, probably. So unsafe API needs to become safe. There is no doubt about it. The problem with the way that unsafe API is being taken away is probably not the fact that it's being taken away, it's just too many things happening all at once. So there are quite a few changes, and I hopefully I've listed many of those in my talk. It's just that when somebody needs to migrate from 8 to 9, there are so many things all of a sudden breaking apart that maybe that's really the source. If there was just one change, unsafe API, the rest works, maybe that would have been easier. But as far as I know, the latest news is that unsafe class will still be available Java 9, and there will be no extra step needed for now, and it's sort of deferred to later, which I think is a wise decision by the maintainers and the leaders of the Java 9 development process. Yes, I'm very pleased to be here. I know it's the first conference of this kind that you guys are doing here. It's going on great. I'm very pleased with the location, with the venue. It's amazing to see such a good and quality conference at the first shot. I'm very pleased with the content and many interesting talks, great speakers. I think the organizer of the conference did a great job, and I will be more than happy to come again in a year.